In the marketing process, all this function helps in flow of goods from the producer to the final consumers. Marketing is considered as an effective tool to achieve overall goals of an economy. Transportation is an important function. It helps in supplying of goods at a right time to a right place. Hello everyone, I am Meghana from the Department of Commerce, lecturing in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. We are in the session 2 of Unit 1, subject called Principles of Marketing. In the last session, we have discussed about the introduction and meaning, importance of marketing. In this session, we are going to learn the core concepts of marketing and functions of marketing and importance of marketing. In this session, we are going to learn all these 3 concepts. Concepts of marketing. Under that, we have 6 concepts. First, production concept, product concept, sales concept, marketing concept, societal concept and exchange concept. First, production concept. Under production concept, the manager give importance for mass production. This says mass production and the low cost will affect for your business. That means it will affect for your sales and demands. Here, under this concept, they give importance for mass production. And another one is low cost. Here, the importance is given for the mass production and the low cost. For example, this concept say produce more or mass production at a lower cost helps for your marketing activity. It increase your sales as well as increase your demand. For example, this concept say customer will prefer to buy the product which are widely available in the market and at a low price. So, the customer will prefer to buy a product which are widely available. This concept they say produce and distribute the product according to your customer's need in the market. So, for example, when you are going to purchase a rice, you will prefer to purchase white rice. Usually, people will prefer to purchase white rice because this is widely available in the market and at a reasonable price. There are several types of rice which are available in the market. For example, red rice, brown rice. In the same way, you have several rice. But the people will prefer to purchase white rice usually. Why? Because this is widely available and at a reasonable price. So, this concept says give a preference for mass production and at a low cost. Next, product concept. Product concept says give importance for quality. Quality, innovation. This concept says customer will prefer to purchase innovative product and new featured and the quality of the product. They give a preference for quality as well as the innovative product and the new feature of product. This concept say produce accordingly to the needs. That means give a importance for quality as well as the innovation or creative idea. For example, you are going to purchase mobile phone. So, when you are going to purchase means you give a preference for innovative product, innovative phones or new featured or updated version of phone. You will prefer to purchase updated version, that is a innovative or new featured product. So, it comes give a preference for quality as well as the innovation. Customer will give a preference for these two rather than the price and the mass production. Rather than the availability of goods and the price of product, they give a preference for quality and the innovation. This concept say produce qualitative goods and a innovative and new featured product. So it helps to increase your sales as well as increase your demand. Next, sales concept. Sales concept, it says the company have a overcapacity to sell the product which they make. That means it says they have a overcapacity to sell what they make. In this concept, the company have the ability to sell what they make. They give an importance for the selling of their goods into customers and converting their goods into cash. Rather than giving an importance for customer needs, they give an importance for sellers' objectives. They give an importance for seller objective. The seller objective is to increase their sale and increase their profit. Earning more profit is a main objective for the seller. So they give importance for seller, not the buyer. The buyer objective is to satisfy the customers and increasing the quality of the goods and reducing the cost of product is a buyer objective. But they give importance for seller objective. So their main intention is to sell their goods and earn profit. They give importance for their own objective rather than the customer's objective. For example, McDonald's, they produce some new product or new food item. They advertise in such a way that it automatically increase the demand for that product. The customer will not prefer or they are not needed for that product, but they give advertise. They have a capacity of selling what they make. So the overcapacity of the company helps in selling their product or sell what they make. This says they have an overcapacity and they give importance for seller's objective rather than the buyer objective. Next, marketing concept. Marketing concept says it is an opposite for sales concept. In sales concept, they give importance for seller objective. But in marketing objective, they give importance for buyer objective. That means their main intention is to satisfy the customers rather than earning a profit. Their main intention is to satisfy the customers and they give a preference for customer needs. They give a preference for customer needs and they produce according to their needs and their main intention is to satisfy the goods. They collect the information from the customers. What all are the needs of customers and their expectation from the product. They collect all the information and consider the customer feedback or the information while producing the product. Here they give an importance for buyer's objective and their main intention is to satisfy the customers and they produce according to the needs and wants of the customers. But in the sales concept, they produce according to their needs. They produce what they want and they have a capacity to sell the product. So this is about marketing concept. Next, societal concept. Societal concept says here in this concept also they give an importance for customer satisfaction and customer needs. They give an importance for customer satisfaction and need. They produce according to the needs and wants of customers and their main intention is to satisfy the customers, so that they produce the goods in such a way that it satisfies the customers their needs and wants. Than compared to competitors, they produce product more effectively and efficiently than their competitors. It helps them to preserve and protect their customers and the societal well-being. They consider societal well-being is also an important factor. While producing the product, they keep in mind the societal well-being is also an important factor for the company. This concept says produce according to the needs and wants of customer to satisfy the customers in a more effectively and efficiently than your competitors. It helps them to preserve and protect their customers, and societal well-being is also an important factor. The activity which involved in your production and marketing process which will not harm to the society. It should be a societal well-being. Consider the societal well-being is also an important factors. Public interest is also considered as a main objective, and the third one is a profit maximization or earning more profit. Profit maximization, customer satisfaction and public interest is considered as three major objectives of marketing under the societal concepts. In addition to the profit maximization and customer satisfaction, they give an importance for societal well-being and public interest. This concept says all this. Next, exchange concept. Exchange concept says in marketing, exchange means transfer of goods from the seller to the buyer. This is the exchange process. You will sell your product and in exchange you will receive some value. In return you will receive some value. In this exchange process, you should not misrepresent. You should not misrepresent your product, or you should not mislead your buyer. You should not mislead your buyer. So, it should be a fair transaction or fair exchange process. So, they give an importance for fair activity. Fair activity, that is buying and selling. You should not misrepresent or mislead your customers in the process of exchange. So, this concept says don't mislead your customers by giving a wrong information or false information about your product. While giving advertisement, you should not give wrong information or you should not mislead your customers. So, you should give a proper information and correct information for the customers. So, this concept says give a proper information for your customers. This all about the concepts of marketing, core concepts of marketing. Production concept, product, sales, marketing, societal and exchange concept. This is an important topic from your first unit. Next, the marketing functions or functions of marketing, which helps or guide you in the process of flow of goods from the manufacturer to the sellers, or in the marketing process, all this function helps in flow of goods from the producer to the final consumers. You have three functions. The functions of marketing are classified into three. One, functions of exchange, function of physical supply and facilitating function. Function of exchange is classified into buying and selling, and physical supply is further classified into transportation and storage. This is financing, risk bearing, standardization, marketing information and promotions. First, function of exchange. Exchange means transfer of ownership or transfer of goods from the buyer to sellers. That means a buyer and seller. So, it is further classified into buying and selling process. It involves buying and selling process. First, buying or assembling. After you purchase any asset or raw material, you need to assemble. First, buying. In order to, with the intention of producing goods, the purchaser or the manufacturer will buy raw materials. With the intention of converting the raw material into finished goods, they buy raw materials. For the manufacturer, buying is purchasing of raw material with the intention of converting raw material into finished goods. And for the wholesaler and the retailer, with the intention of converting the goods into cash, they make a purchase. They buy the product with the intention to sell it to the other person and make a money. So, they purchase with some intention. After purchasing, you need to assemble all the purchased goods. For the manufacturer, they purchase raw material in order to convert the raw material into finished goods. So, in order to produce your goods, you need to assemble all the raw materials in such a way it helps you to produce your goods easily. It helps in transferring your raw material to your production place. So, assembling is an important function. It helps or it facilitating in your marketing activity for manufacturer in the production activity. For the wholesaler and retailer, it helps them to supply the goods easily whenever and when is the demand increased, you can easily transport your goods. He will not purchase one type of product. Consider the manufacturer. They purchase several type of raw material in order to production process. In order to produce your product, they purchase many raw materials. So, you need to assemble in such a way, it helps, it facilitates in a production process. In the same way, the wholesaler and the retailer will purchase not only a single product, they purchase many products. So, they will assemble in such a way, it helps them to supply easily. This all about the buying and assembling. Selling. After buying of some goods, the selling process came into exist. They purchase with the intention of selling. They purchase some goods with the intention of selling it to the other person. So, the manufacturer purchased raw material with the intention to sell finished goods to the wholesaler. In a similar way, wholesaler and retailer, they purchase with the intention to sell the goods to the retailer or to the final consumer. So, they make a sale in order to fulfill their objective, in order to achieve their objective, that is profit maximization. So, it is an important function in marketing in order to achieve their goal. For the manufacturer, profit maximization and customer satisfaction is an objective. Through sellings, the customer can satisfy with the goods and the company can satisfy their objective by earning profit. So, selling is an important function in marketing. Next, functions of physical supply. Under the function of physical supply, you have two functions. One is transportation, another one is storage. Transportation plays an important role when your production place is far differ from your demand or the market place. So, your production place is far from your market. At that time, transportation plays an important role. So, transportation, you need to transport your product or you need to supply your goods at a right time to at a right place. So, you need to transfer your goods at a right time, at a right place. Whenever customer is needed your product, you need to transfer your goods effectively. So, you need to take a effective transportation method, effective transportation activity in order to supply the goods at a right time, at a right place. Transportation is an important function. It helps in supplying of goods at a right time to a right place. So, this is an important functions. Next, storage. Storage and warehousing. Storage and warehousing. Storage is important in two situations. Storage is important in two situations. One, when your production is seasonal and consumption is regular. When your production is seasonal and consumption is regular. And another one is your production is regular and the consumption is seasonal. In this two situations, storage plays an important role. So, for example, your production is seasonal and consumption is regular. Take an example of mango juice. You are producing mango juice. So, the product, raw material for the manufacturer, the mango is a seasonal good, seasonal raw material. So, you can produce your product in a season, in particular season only. But Consumption is regular, but the demand for your product is regular, but it is not a seasonal demand. So, the demand for your product is regular. So, you need to store your product in order to supply when there is a demand for your product. And another one, production is regular and consumption is seasonal. For example, sweaters, jackets, it is a continuous production. Your production is regular, but the consumption is seasonal. Demand for sweater and jacket is not for whole year, but it is a seasonal demand. So, in order to supply the goods whenever it is needed, you need to store your product. In these two cases, the storage plays an important role. Storage helps to supply the goods at a right time. Storage helps you to supply the goods whenever the customer is needed. The demand is increased, you can supply to the market at a right time. Warehousing helps to store your product in a systematic way, and it helps in protecting your product from damages. So, storage and warehousing is an important functions in marketing. The last function is facilitating function. Under facilitating function, you have financing. First one, financing. In order to do all the marketing activity, not only the marketing activity, for all your business activity, you need finance. Without money, you cannot do any activity. So, everything will depend upon the money. So, financing is an important factor. You should have a sufficient finance for your production process as well as for the marketing activity. So, you should have enough or sufficient finance for your production process. It is an important function. It facilitates for your marketing activity. It facilitates. Facilitating function. Financing is an facilitating. It facilitates for your marketing activity. Next, risk bearing. The business, when you are producing some product, means you need to ready to face the risk, or it may be an uncertain risk. Some risk, for example, when you produce your goods and store it in a warehouse, it may be destroyed by fire or it may be theft. All this risk, you need to ready to face all the risks. These risks are insurable, or this risk can be avoided. This risk can be avoided by insurance. You can claim your insurance and this risk can be reduced. But some other risk, it will not refundable, or it cannot be controlled. It cannot be controllable. For example, changes in economics and changes in government rule and change in customer needs and immediate or fall in price of your product. All this is an uncontrollable risk. You need to ready. You should be in a position to face all the risks. You should ready with the other options. That means you should ready to face all the risk, and alternative options should be available with you in order to face all the uncertainty. Some of the risks cannot be insurable. For example, goods destroyed by fire and goods destroyed by theft, all this can be insurable. By the insurance, you can claim your amount so that the risk or the loss can be reduced, but some other cannot be insurable. For example, damages and economic changes, changes in the government rules, change in customer needs and preference, all this cannot be insurable, or all this cannot be controllable. So, you should ready to face all the risk. So, and any mistakes made in the process of production, all this risk cannot be insurable. So, you need to ready to face all the risks. So, facilitating function, it helps, risk bearing helps you to plan for the uncertainty risks. Next, standardization. Standardization, it is an important function. It says group your products according to the quality, size, color and taste. So, grouping of your product in a different groups. You need to classify your product according to their quality, taste and size and color. So it helps the customers to purchase the product or to identify the product which they needed. So it helps them to easily identify the product which they are need. So standardization is an important function. Standardization as well as grading. You need to give a grade. A grade goods. A grade means first quality, second quality, third quality. And you should classify your goods according to their taste or according to the size. For example, you are selling rice or wheat flour means according to the size. You have 1 kg packets, 5 kg as well as the 10 kg packets in the market. So you need to classify or standardize your product according to the size, taste and the quality of the product. First quality, second quality and the third quality. You should classify your goods according to the taste, color and size. It helps the customer to purchase the product or to identify the product. Next, market information. Market information means you will collect all the information from the customer as well as the government. Is there any changes in the government policies and rules? All the information you should collect from the market as well as the customers. You will collect the feedback from the customers. So all this market information helps you to, it facilitates you to take a decision or to make a strategy or to make a plan. The marketing information is helpful. So, marketing information is facilitating the business to make a decision or to make a plan or to make a business strategy, marketing strategy. It is an important function. Next, promotion. Promotion is an important activity or important functions in the marketing. So, effective promotion activity helps you to reach your product to the customers. So, you need to take a necessary promotional activity. Effective promotional activity is necessary to reach the customers. You should take a effective promotional activity in order to reach the customers. So, new product require a more promotional activity to reach the customers. So, at the initial stage, you need to promote more. So, your sales can be increased more. So, these all are the important functions of marketing. All this function helps in your marketing activity. So, this is the functions of marketing. Next, importance of marketing. Marketing is considered as an effective tool to achieve overall goals of an economy. It is not only a great significance for business enterprises but also equally important to the society. It is also important to the society as a whole. Importance of marketing is disclosed under the following head. Importance to society, importance to firm. The modern marketing management does not give an importance only for the business. It also gives an importance for the society as well as the customers. So, it gives equal importance to the society as a whole. So, the importance of marketing is disclosed under two heads. One, important to the society and importance to the firm. First one, importance of marketing, importance to the society. It gives an importance to the society and it increases standard of living. When the product is produced according to the needs and wants of customers, it helps in satisfying the customer needs. So, when the customer is satisfied means automatically the standard of living is increased. So, it helps in increasing the standard of living. Next, creates employment. In order to do all the marketing activity, you need manpower. So, it creates employment opportunity in the society. In order to do all the marketing activity, you need manpower. So, it helps in creating the employment. The marketing activity is not only a one-time process. It is a continuous process. So, you need to evaluate from day to day. You need to collect information regularly. You need to update your information, marketing information. So, it creates employment opportunity to the society. Next, increases national income. When you produce more, when the mass production is done and the the cost of product will reduce and the profit will increase. When the cost of production is reduced, automatically the profit will increase. So it helps in increasing the national income. It helps in increasing the national income and it helps in creating the employment opportunity. It creates different utility. It creates different utility. That means you will not produce only one type of product. You will produce the product according to the needs and wants of customer so that your product can be modified so it will satisfy different group of people. So it creates different utility for the different group of people. For example, you have several flavors in Lays. For example, Lays, you have several flavors. So one flavor will satisfy one group of people. In the same way, it will satisfy different group of people. So it creates different utility for different groups of people. Next, creation of innovative product. In order to compete in the market, you need to come up with an innovative idea. So it helps in creating innovative product. So the customer will get innovative product from the manufacturer. It helps in creating innovative product. Increases knowledge of customer. When you are taking promotional activity, you need to give a fair information about your product. At the time of advertising, you will give information about your product, and in labeling, you will give information about your product. So it helps in increasing the knowledge of customers. It helps in increasing the knowledge of customers. Protect against slump, that means depression. When you are producing according to the needs and wants of customers, it automatically the demand for your product will increase. So you can supply your goods regularly to the market. So it will not reduce your demand. It helps in supplying the goods to the market regularly. It protects against depression of your product. It helps in regular supply of your goods to the market. When your product is satisfied to the customer, means the customer will prefer to purchase your product. So it protects against the depression. So these all are the importance. These all are the importance to the society. Marketing is important to the society. It increases standard of living of the society. It creates employment opportunity. It increases national income. It creates different utility. It gives information. It increases the knowledge of customers and it protects against the slump, depressions. It creates innovative product. It helps importance of the marketing to the society. Next, importance to the firm. How marketing is important for the firm? First, helps in increasing profit. Helps in increasing profit. When the demand is increased, marketing helps you to produce accordingly to the needs and wants of customers. If your product is satisfying your customer, means automatically the demand for your product will increase. The value of your product also increase, so that it helps in increasing the profit for the organization. Next, source of information. Marketing is a source of information. In marketing, under marketing, you will collect information. You will collect information from the government as well as from the market. So you will get all the information relating to market. So it helps in decision making or marketing strategy. It helps in making a strategy and it helps in making a decision. So it is a source of information. Marketing gives all the information relating to market. That means the customer taste and the government rules and regulation, economic conditions and the demand, all the information you will get from the marketing process. So it is an information, source of information. Widens the market. Widens the market. Marketing process helps in widens the market. How? It helps, it guide what to produce, how to produce and how much to produce. So you can produce accordingly to the needs and wants of the customers. So it helps in satisfying the customers. It helps in creating the new market for your product, as well as it increases the demand for your product. So if the demand for your product will increase, it helps in widens the market. You can move on to the other product line or it helps in widens the market. Next, add value to goods. When your product is satisfying the customer means it add value for your product. If the customer is preferred to buy your product means it increases the value for your product. Automatically the value for your product will increases. Then it helps in business planning. In marketing, you'll get all the information. It is a source of information. From this information, you can plan accordingly. It helps in better planning. It helps in take a necessary decision than the competitors. You can plan more effectively and efficiently than your competitor. You can take a necessary steps so that your sales and demand can be increased. So, this is the importance of marketing to the firm. This helps in taking decision. It is a source of information. It increases profit. It adds value to your product. It widens the market and it helps in business planning. In this session, we learn the concepts of marketing, functions of marketing and importance of marketing. In the next session, we just move on to the other topics of your syllabus. Thank you.